for his children at Strawberry. All the lands he owned in Jamaica, Strawberry, Red Hill, Prospect, all around, thousands of acres of land, and cows and cow cart and everything, and money, millions of money in the bank in England for the workers. So it went on, they live in poverty, and it went on that Aunt Ella, one of the sisters, and Thomas at Friendship became friends socially. And a cleaner came out from the Jamaica cleaner, and Aunt Ella got it and read it, and saw that there's a will in the record office for the children of this slave master. And Aunt Ella rushed to Spanish Town and got a copy of the will. And when she got it, she brought it to Strawberry and showed the others. And he took it down to his friend, Thomas at Friendship, and showed it to him. That all the land of Friendship belonged to them, you know, to Strawberry people. And Thomas said, all right, Miss Ella, I don't have time now to look at it, but leave it with me. And she left it with him as her friend. And when she went back, he said he doesn't know what has become of it.
Until today.
So Aunt Ella,
She didn't go back to Spanish Town.
Aunt Ella went back to Spanish Town and got another copy.
Right.
And then lawsuit started. And in those days now, judge and all of them were white people, British and Jamaican white. And they had a very hard time, very hard time. Went to court today, nothing. The judge was a white man, the lawyers white men, and all of them, so they have no say at all in court. So it went on until they become poor and poverty, poor suffering. Matthew could not even wear boots on his feet, and he has to run away from Strawberry to Jenny Town in the woods, and live up there for about 3 months, because they after to arrest him to put him in prison. And so they went on until they couldn't make any headway with the law, because they have no favor with the judge, nor lies. And I made to understand the time came when a lawyer came down and they put the case in his hand, and they said, all right, we dare the court, try it. And the lawyer worked on it until the judge said, all right, I will reserve my judgment for 3 days. And so all of them came up, rejoicing that they win, rejoicing that they won the case.
Oh, God.
And they went to Prospect, Backer House, where their father used to live. And they killed cow. And have jollification at Prospect, because victory. And while during the time of the celebration, policemen drove up from Solomon, arrested the whole lot of them and locked them up. Lock them up. Lord have mercy. My father was caught in it.
But he was not a brother.
No, but the will said.
All the relatives.
No, the will said for the ears and a sign. That's what the will read. The ears of the man, without the children,
Right.
and all their signs, all the relatives relative to them. So my father was a very
So
wealthy
he was
man.
a relative?
Yes, oh yes, oh yes.
Relative of the brother?
He was a relative to the works.
Okay.
Yeah. So my father now used to work at Grenady. A very wealthy man. Plant yam farm, he and my mother. My mother go to Kingston, create up yam and sell. Drive car to Montpellier and put it in crate and to Kingston. And she sold and came home with money. And he has cows and mule and cat and all those things. So one day while he was at the ground at Grenady, Matthew came and said, James, we have land to spare. We have land to spare. So you know what to do? Give up Grenady and come over to Strawberry and work free of charge. Poor man was caught in a trap. And then he threw up Grenady, moved all the yam heads and so on to Strawberry. Work a lovely ground of strawberry from the cabaret right up to the road. Plant the indigo yam, mount of maiden just going and stick with it.
Yeah.
And Busha Thomas sent up cows from Friendship and turned all the cows into the ground.
God.
Lord have mercy. All the cows into the ground,
What?
flat as mud. So I went to court. And the judge said to my father, you should shoot one of the cows. Seeing that you didn't shoot any of the cows, you have no case. Kill one of the cows, then you have case.
What kind of judge is that?
So he have lost a whole field of yam. And then before that now, before the cows came, a man from Friendship came up. And while he was planting yam, and came right down where he was, and hit him.
Hit your father?
Yeah. Hit him.
Why?
Not because he was sent to come and to destroy the field and to destroy the person who he belonged to, from Thomas from Friendship. And he hit him. And my father picked up a piece of wood root, he says, and broke 3 of his ribs. And he chopped him and his hand. So from that then call over that place, chop hand. Chop hand.
You know, Shaken. Oh, Shaken got its name.
Shaken got his name by when you reach the turning up and going on. You stop and shake hand one with another and bid goodbye. Shake hand. Yes, man. So in the hospital, no, both of them in the hospital, one with chopped hand and one with broken ribs. So after that, now the cows came in and swept the whole thing down.
Oh.
Swept the whole thing down. And my father suffered a lot of inconvenience and it came right down, man. And he sold the mule and the carts. And anytime mommy come from Kingston with the bag of money, Matthew Patterson, present to get money for go and get lawyer.
Matthew Ruddock.
Matthew Ruddock get lawyer. Until it went on, until they have lost everything, every cow and every ground and every mule and every cat. We have a place that down near to DNA Hands and Heart. He used to have milk for the year, boiled sugar all the time, all of them. And so he went on until the poor man, my father, James Patterson, could not even find boot upon his feet. And my mother took it to heart and began to get funny. Yes, began to get funny.
Think about it. Consider
All of
it, yeah.
them. We as children suffer poverty through them, through work, land, business. However, he's a man of courage, you know, never give up. And so when Glenbrook was selling out now, he went and bought Glenbrook and sold Mount Pleasant and bought that at Glenbrook. We moved the house from Mount Pleasant to Glenbrook and then began to establish himself again. Planted a lot of cane, mill and copper. And Jim P. Africa to Hanover all the time with sugar myself. And when he died, he wasn't the worse off. He was able to balance himself again.
He had rebuilt.
But he suffered because of struggling and suffered to the earth. God have mercy.
Yeah, we didn't give up.
So give us some of your, tell us some of your childhood memories
Huh?
with your brothers and your sister. And this one here called Jasper Patterson. What you used to get up to?
Who?
Jasper and you.
Mm.
Who was the mischief maker?
You see, I was the oldest one. And I was my mother's first lawful child. In those days, they worked, the farmers, I said, every morning early, then gone to ground. And I had to take over the home, cook,
Biggest one.
and everything like that, and share and give the children and so on. And then so all the children, Jasper went to Patterson, cousin Tiki. Patterson would like him to go there and school with Tiki.
Tiki.
So he sent him there.
5 spent?
Where is that?
Black River, St. Elizabeth,
5 spent.
Patterson. He married to a teacher, you know, from Burnsville in Walters, and had children with them.
So this
And
was,
he was there for a little while.
you said Aunt Tiki?
Cousin Tiki.
Cousin Tiki.
Mhm.
So Cousin Tiki was related to your house.
Related to us through Granny Georgie Callam.
Okay.
Column.
Callam.
There are some columns in content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
that's
color.
right. Same Callam.
Mhm.
Content Callams.
So Cousin Tiki married Walters.
Walters.
Oh.
And then left from there, left the school from there to school of 5 pence in St. Elizabeth and established himself there.
So how long was
So
Daddy?
Jasper was there for a while until accident came along the way and then he got burnt. Who? Jasper. Coming from the kitchen one morning with
Chocolate tea.
pot, boiling water and so on, it capsized in his stomach.
Do you know that? You know that column?
I heard Daddy told me.
And then Junior, the eldest son, picked him up on the bike to Black River Hospital. So he was there for a while until he came around and then Tata took him back home. But all of us were just at Mount Pleasant and Glenbrook.
But he was 5.
Sister Lilybell was the only girl.
No, Sister Lilybell, no. Lilybell was
I
not
didn't
Patterson.
understand the hardship.
She was my mother's daughter before marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
She was gardener.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So all of us school at Williamsfield Elementary School.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher Thompson.
Teacher Thompson.
And Miss Mary. Teacher Thompson, Miss Mary.
Teacher Thompson, Miss Mary.
Yes.
You knew them?
Yes. Miss Mary, I remember Miss Mary came back to teach. She had retired, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But they were short of staff one time. And
Good teacher, you know,
she
man.
came back to
Teacher
teach.
Thompson, tall man, tall and slim.
No,
in the
Teacher
years.
Thompson was about 7 feet.
About that.
Mm.